I looked at my husband, I looked over at the nurses, and no one would look up at me. Not one nurse looked up
Yeah.
at me. And I said to my husband, something's really wrong because no one will even look at me. And he's like, let's just wait and see what the doctor has to say. And then they called us in, and when they called us in, they pulled us into a room, and it just had an empty bed in it. And I
Yeah.
said, oh God. And I just fell to the seat, and and he said, I'm so sorry. He says, but she was down too long. We couldn't help her. We couldn't save her. And I said, okay. And he says, she's here, and we can, you can see her if you want. And I said, absolutely. I said, what one? He said, you want to see her now, or do you want to take? I said, no, I want to see her now. And I went into where they had her, and I literally walked in, and I held my baby, and I said, oh, my poor girl, you aren't being tortured anymore.
Yeah.
Which should never be a parent's first thought
Yeah.
when you see your child like this.
Yeah.
But it was my first thought was, she's a piece for a minute, because her life was not peaceful
Yeah.
between bullying and mental illness. Life was not peaceful for her.
Hmm.
And they allowed us to stay in there for about 5 hours with her.
Wow.
And, I was able to call her biological dad, and he came, and his sister came to be with him. And that was it. And, like, I guess it was about 5:30 in the morning. They said, okay, we have to get her ready for the medical examiner to come pick her up. And that was the hardest thing that I ever had to do, was walk out of the hospital without my girl.